Princeton is a great place to live and a great place to learn. Princeton is the home to a beautiful, diverse community that brings us closer together. When all 5 elementary schools join together to learn, we see the true meaning of community. This middle school brings families together from all different backgrounds, ethnicities, and cultures. That is what makes Princeton so wonderful. We want to name our school Princeton Community Middle School because it celebrates the many values that the Princeton community respects.
Now, why did we decide we wanted to name it Princeton Community Middle School? This is because we wanted to represent the Princeton community, because this community has so many good qualities. This is a community of diversity, of acceptance, of education. We wanted a name that was not named after one person, but something we value and think represents the school, so that everyone feels welcome to the school, no matter the cultural background, the gender, their first language, looks, etc. That they will still be welcome and are free to be themselves here.
The person's name for our school though, it is mainly because we don't want to represent our community with just one person. Everyone might be controversial after hundreds of years, and we want to put no more time into the renaming. There are many other schools being named after someone's name and finally end up in controversial situations, because history is changing all the time while people's ideas and beliefs are also changing. If the number of taboo historical possibility is expanding, who or what will supplant them? According to research, more schools start to name themselves after street, river, or neutral beliefs instead of person's name. That's why we choose Princeton Community Middle School.
Connection to Princeton and education. It shows that we are a community that doesn't need to name our school after a person to make it seem important. It doesn't have a relation to Princeton at all. However, it makes up for the fact that it isn't directly related to Princeton, with the fact that it will make us feel like more of a community that doesn't need to name things after people. That we can have our school be named for Princeton, not for a person. It gives us the opportunity to represent our town and not someone who will be found to be a bad person in the future. It will make people actually want to go to our school because once again, it shows how we can stand with our community when we need to change the name of our school. It shows how we can stand against racists and former slave owners. It shows that we care how the name of our school affects our town. So while it doesn't have a connection to Princeton, it makes up for that with the fact that it shows we don't tolerate the kind of person that John Witherspoon was to represent our school and our community.
You should choose this name because the values of time changes and no human is perfect. And because we want to name it after a community that values education and diversity. We want a name where everyone will feel welcome in our school, and we believe that Princeton Community Middle School is that name.